Good morning, everyone. Welcome. So our theme for this week is cycling, and it's very appropriate because today is the Cape Town cycle race, and I'm in Cape Town, and you can see a little bit of Table Mountain behind me. So what a privilege! And just to be applicable for our theme, I am dressed as a cyclist this morning. So you can grab a broomstick. You need a broomstick for today's class, and I'm quickly just going to show you some home exercises that you can also do, especially when after a ride or as a warm-up before a ride. Now, before I start, you just need to see the resemblance also between the chair posture and the cycling posture. And whether you're a cyclist or not, it doesn't matter. We all need more extension in our posture. So extension means more of an upright stance. Now when we're sitting forward, some muscles become overactive and some muscles become underactive. The overactive muscles that we all know will be our hip flexors. So if I just take in the posture of a cyclist, or somebody sitting in an office, or somebody working on a device and a computer, you can see the shortening of the hip flexors, the shortening of the chest muscles or the pectorals, and then also the shortening of the neck extensors. Now what becomes long and underactive is our thoracic spine, which then in the end struggle to keep the spine upright. Also the glute muscles, they become underactive, and very often the hamstrings. So for a warm-up, grab your broomstick, start with your feet hip distance apart, and then we're just going to raise the arms as high as you can over your head and start pulsing the arms backwards. So just on this note also, I am still recovering from a shoulder operation. I was very blessed not to have any tendon or muscle repairs. You can also turn to one side and pulse. What a gorgeous view I have of Cape Town. It's important for me to just state this because there's many of you watching this recording that also had some shoulder surgery, and depending on the procedure what you've had, the protocol was probably to stay immobilized for 4 to 6 weeks. I had a bony procedure, so that allows me to mobilize as quickly as I can, but the only thing I cannot do is to put weight on my arm. So we will leave out that part this morning. So you can just pulse the stick backwards, take a few deep breaths in and out through your nose, and then take a pause, lower the arms all the way down towards your thighs. Let's go into a side bend, raise the arms, breathe in, bend over to one side, pull with your bottom arm as you push with your top arm, come up tall standing, bend over to the other side, breathing in as you bend over, and breathe out, come up tall. Let's do one more to each side. So on this new journey of posting more recordings, our classes will also be a little bit shorter. So we had a request from a lot of our clients, let's just do one more to each side while I chat to you, to have shorter classes that you can do maybe lunchtime, just before work. So we'll try and cover all the bases in about 40 minutes. Lower the arms towards your thighs. Take a breath in for a roll down. Then nod your chin and curl forward. All the way down. As you reach the bottom, you can bounce. Make sure that the head is hanging. You can bounce around in an arc around your feet and around to the other side. Breathing in and out through the nose. So I'm starting with our shoulder mobility part. You can use this as a warm-up or a cool down, or you can use this just to improve range. Now what is important, take a breath in, roll up all the way to standing, is that we try and do this as frequent as possible. So doing this once a week only is unfortunately not enough, you can take the stick all the way up towards the ceiling and then place it behind your head. Then we reach the arms up again and then lower it forward towards your thighs. The older we get, the less we do overhead movements. And one way to maintain what we have is to keep on moving our joints through the full range of movement that we have. So I'm just doing full nose breathing. So from the side, raise the arms, breathe in, place the stick behind the head, breathe out. Reach the arms up again and lower it forward. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, place the stick behind the head. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, lower it again. Now let's place the stick behind the head and leave it there. You can rest it on your shoulders. And then in standing, turn to one side as far as you can and do a few pulses. So I'm keeping my feet grounded. Turn to the other side and pulse. So maybe you can also hear the master of ceremony in the background where all the cyclists are starting for the August event. One more to each side. Wonderful energy in Cape Town. Back to center. Last one. Pulse, 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 come back to center. Now hinge forward. Push your bum back, but try and keep your spine straight. So you don't have to go low. Careful of doing that nose dive. You just want to send those sit bones back, extending the spine, and then do the same thing. Rotate. Remember to turn your head with. Do a few pulses, and back to center. Turn to the other side, and back to center. We have many clients and patients in our studio that love cycling, and then they end up somewhere in their cycling career having a sore back or a sore hip or a sore neck. So all of these exercises to combat those chronic symptoms happening. Come up to standing tall and reach the arms up, lower it all the way down. Now place the stick behind your back. Last exercise for some chest expansion. You can lean forward, having more weight on the ball of your feet so the heels are light. And then just start by pressing the arms back as far as you can. I'm so grateful for the range that I've also gained after the operation. Battling with shoulder pain, not funny. Lift and lower. Now let's add a calf raise to this. Go up onto the ball of your feet, pressing the arms back and lower all of it again. Onto the ball of the feet, press the arms back and lower. So I can see Leeuwkop in front of me. Table Mountain to the left. Fantastic weather. All the cyclists are so lucky, and if you are doing the Argus this morning or today, I hope you really had a fun ride, a safe ride and a fun ride. And if you are training for a cycling event, you can use all of these exercises just to improve your posture on and off the bike. Let's do one last one. Hold it at the top. Let's keep the balance and pulse the arms backwards. Pulse 8, pulse 7, pulse 6. Long spine, reaching the ground to the ceiling. 4, 3, I'm in high half toes. 2, 1, lower the heels and bring the arms forward. So we keep them at shoulder height. So let's go into a small knee bend or a little squat. Pretend that there's a chair behind you. And if you can see your own reflection in the mirror, just make sure that we are not bended forward, we're not in flexion. We are nicely upright in extension, shoulder blades pulled back, and then just come up tall. Let's start slowly. Inhale, bend the knees, small knee bend. Exhale, come up tall. Inhale, lower. up tall. Now my weight has shifted to my heels. My toes are quite light on the floor. The next aim of our workout is to activate our glutes. So as a cyclist, we know that the range where we use our glutes, I'm just going to demonstrate one more time, then take a pause. So the range of where we use our glutes would probably be from 90 degrees all the way down to naught, but we don't often get from naught extending the leg backwards, getting that last 30 degrees of hip extension. And whether you're a cyclist or not, once again, if you are seated most of the day in front of a computer on a chair with the hip flexors being short, we can just know that the bum will be so lazy to activate. So we're going to work a little bit on that last 30 degrees also of hip extension. You can use your broomstick for balance, place it to the side, or if you want to have some challenge to the exercise, you can just have it stretched out in front of you. So I'm going to give a step back into a standing lunge, and then just bend down, both knees bending. Our weight is central, spine is upright, and just come up tall. So we'll start slowly. This is a class that's applicable for any level of fitness. Now what we also want to achieve while we just do these lunges is to get the hip flexor to the front to stretch. So when we do hip flexor stretching, you always want to keep your tail slightly tucked in, squeezing the buttock, and up, and bend. Now let's do upper back extension with this in combination. We inhale, raise the arms, keep the tail tucked in, reach the arms as high as you can, and then as you extend, lower to shoulder height. Breathe in, bend the knees into a lunge. Breathe out, come up tall. Let's do 5 more. Breathe in, so make sure that you're not leaning forward. Weight is central, tail is tucked in, and come up tall. 2 more. Lower, and lift. We're going to stay down. Last one, hold it. Place the stick behind your head again. Shoulder blades pulled back, tail tucked in. Rotate to your left side. Exhale as you turn. Inhale back to center. Stay there, same direction. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. We'll go 3 more. Exhale. Imagine you're drying out a towel, squeezing that last drop of water out of the towel. Last one. Turn, come back to center, and step forward. Great. Change legs. We go left leg behind. Your rear heel is lifted. Just start your lunges. Feeling that left hip flexor, tuck in the tail. Breathe in. Remember our nose breathing. So important. If you're struggling with balance, this will be the modification. Holding the stick as if it's a crutch. You're most welcome to do it this way around. Can we add upper back extension to this? Breathe in, lift the arms. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Lift and lower. In, all the way, raising the arms. 2 more. Last one. Stay there, place the stick behind the head. 5 rotations to your right. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, 3 more. Exhale, 2 more. Last one. Exhale, turn. Well done, everyone. And step up. Shake out the legs. Good job. So you can put the broomstick down, have it out of your way, and then stand to the back of your mat. Doing now one last roll down, deep breath in, curl forward, breathing out. Arms are heavy, head is heavy. Always make sure that you can turn your head from side to side. Do some bouncing. Bounce to the left side. Bounce to the right side. So I want you all to walk forward with both hands. You know the upstretch, you walk forward. I'm going to do it with one hand. So upstretch is there, where you're piking your bum up, pressing your breastbone to your knees, bouncing back. And then you can all just lower the knees to the floor. That was one beautiful explanation of the upstretch. But the upstretch is a wonderful stretch for that thoracic spine extension. So the aim of it is to really extend the back while you pulse your bum backwards. So we are on all fours. I have my little light hand on the floor, but I want you all to shift your weight back. So make sure, and this is another thing, friends, that we pick up in studio a lot, is how much head dominant our postures actually is. So you will find when you go down onto all fours that you might have too much weight on the hand. Shift the weight back. The test is always, can you lift your hands being in all fours and not fall forward and not having your toes lifted? So this is a really nice test for our cyclists, as I'll show it to you now. But as first of all, when you go onto all fours, can you lift the hands? Can you keep the back upright and maintain that form? So that's one test that we can all practice. We're supposed to do this easily. So hands back on the mat, fingertips light. We go into our cat-cow stretch. On the inhale, look up at the sky, stick your tail out. And as you exhale, tuck your tail in, round the spine, squeezing all the air out of the chest. And we repeat. Inhale to arch and exhale to tilt. And you know the breathing, that we use our inhale, our in-breath, to create space, relaxation, elongation. And we use the exhale to contract, to pull tight, to find that power. One more. Inhale to arch, a really nice mobility exercise also after being in that prolonged flexion posture, just moving in and out of extension to flexion. Go back to neutral and hold it. Thread the needle. We take the right arm up, rotate. Breathing in as you lift the right arm, let the eyes move with. Breathe out, rotate the arm underneath your armpit and pulse, pulse, pulse. Then we take the arm up again, breathe in, raise the arm, and breathe out to pulse. And we always want to try and move our eyes, let our eyes follow the movement. Last one, breathing in, I'm only going to do 3 per side, and exhale. Make sure where the weight on your knees are. So let's change sides. We want to have more weight to the knees, remember? Okay, so I'm going to have my hand really light. You can have your hand flat. Inhale, lift your left arm. Exhale, thread it underneath. Good, everyone. Inhale, raise the arm. Exhale, thread it through. One last one. Inhale, raise the arm. Exhale, thread it through. Come back to all fours. And from here, we're going to curl up to kneeling. So the stretch for this morning, our thigh stretch. I'm going to show you a few variations of the thigh stretch. You can step forward with your left leg. First of all, when we stretch the thigh, as I mentioned earlier, we want to have that image of the sad dog tilt in mind, where you pull your tail in or under. So when you're in half kneel, you can just push your hips forward. And even though the hips are forward, in your mind, you are tucking in your tail, and you'll just feel how the muscle, the thigh muscle, really intensifying the stretching. And then when we think fascia, fascia loves bouncing. So you can always add a little bit of balance to your stretch. Most important of all is to keep your breathing constant. Deep in through the nose and long out through the nose as well. So now let's take a pause in this forward extension, arms to shoulder height. And we're going to add our upper back extension with the stretch. So as you inhale, raise the arms, lean forward even more, squeeze your buttocks. Think of a back bend. My eyes are looking up at the sky. As you exhale, just come back to half kneel. I'm still pulling my tail in, still squeezing the buttocks. Inhale, lean forward, arms go up towards the sky. Exhale, come back to half kneel, squeezing the bum. Inhale, lean forward, we'll do 2 more. Exhale, come back to half kneel. Last one. Inhale, lean forward, arms up. Exhale, back to half kneel. So part of our thigh stretch with a bent knee. Other part of the thigh stretch with a straight knee. So you can put your hands to either sides of that left foot, tuck your toes under and straighten your right leg. And your hands can be fully on the mat, but rear leg is straight, rear heel pressing back, and we bounce. Just pulse. Now the stretch will move more towards the groin. That's where the psoas attaches. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose also. In through the nose and out through the nose. One more breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Take a pause. Let's put both hands on the inside of that left foot, extending the spine a little bit more. Now we add rotation. Right arm goes up. Breathing in, rotate. The back leg stays straight, remember? Place the hand down on the mat. Left hand goes up, inhale. Exhale, place it down. Right arm goes up, inhale. Exhale, take it down. Left arm up, inhale. We've got one more to each side. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale down. Last time, left arm up. Place it down on the outside of your left foot. Bend your right knee and just step back into your shell stretch. Bum goes back, arms reaching forward. Still wanting to keep that shoulder range that we've worked on hard. Change over to the other side. So right foot forward. Starting with a bent knee. Start pulsing the hips forward. Bum is tight. Spine is upright. Normal breathing in and out through the nose. Then we add the arms. Lean forward and hold. Breathe in, raise the arms. Squeeze the bum even tighter. Think of the back bend. Breathe out, come back to half kneel. Inhale, lean forward, arms go up. Exhale, come back to half kneel. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, half kneel. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. You see, with cyclists, we have this whole imbalance between hip extension and the strength in the bum. Now, the two are married. Hands go to either sides of your right foot, toes tucked under, straighten the leg. So when the hip flexor is tight, the bum is very reluctant to fire. But when the bum is weak, the hip flexor has no other option than to become overactive and tight. So we have this conundrum of the chicken and the egg. Therefore, it's best to treat both. Hold it. Both hands go on the inside of your right leg. Left arm goes up, inhale. Exhale, take it down. Right arm up, so I'm a little bit wobbly on this side just because of the weight bear on my hand. But you continue nice and smooth. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, down. Good. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, down. One more to each. Inhale, right. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, left. And down. Step back with your, put your left knee down and step back with your right into your shell stretch. Well done, everyone. So here's the challenge for the morning. So whether you're in front of the computer most day or whether you are cycling, this is the problem we have, is when we're in 4-point kneeling, when we're in this chair posture, can you see the resemblance? How can we fire the buttock? So we're going to practice it by bringing the hands closer to the knees. Open your knees as wide as your mat. Align your feet with your knees. And then we'll go 2 cat-cow stretches. So as you inhale, arch, stick your tail out, lift your gaze. As you exhale, go into your tilt, tilt, squeeze your buttocks. Let's do one more. Inhale. Now when you go into the tilt, when you go into the cat stretch, you're going to curl so much that the hands float off the mat. So can you see my hands are free? But I'm going to hold slightly or lightly onto the mat, shifting my weight to the left side, lifting the right leg up. Now, with most of us, when we shift our weight to one side, we lose our tucking in of the tail. So you need that flexion in the pelvis. Pretend that you're sitting back on your heel, and then just try and lift your hands and balance. So a little test for our cyclists. You need to balance holding this position for 2 minutes. It's a long time. So can you see that my head is also in line with my spine? So my chin is not poking forward, I'm not looking ahead, I'm looking down at my navel, or my pubic bone, or my stomach. I'm breathing in and out through my nose. It's a dynamic balance, so you don't have to be still in space, but nothing touching. Can you feel how that hamstring and the glute fires? So we're not going to do 2 minutes this morning, but this is your practice exercise for the week. Place the hands down on the mat, step your right leg wide to the side of the mat. Let's go. Inhale, arch. Exhale, tilt. Lean to your right side. So I'm just going to show it from the front. So there, I'm leaning to my right side and I'm lifting my hands to balance. So you pretend you're going downhill. I'm holding the handlebars of my bike, but instead of looking ahead of me, I'm just looking down at the front wheel, tucking in, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, and in through the nose and out through the nose. Come, one more breath. Can you feel that right bum on fire, hamstring? If you don't feel your bum, you can sit back more, sitting back towards that right bum. Then put the leg down wide to the other side. Inhale, arch. Good morning. Exhale, go to your tilt. And then just come up to kneeling. Thigh stretch number 3. So we have done the half kneel. That was half kneel. We have done the long lever for psoas. Now we're doing full kneeling. Our bum is active so we can squeeze the buttocks. We have the elbows tucked into the sides, palms facing up. You can pretend you're holding 2 glasses of champagne, one in each hand. Then we hinge back and send the arms forward. Now, this is the movement's happening in the knees. Pelvis pressing forward. Just be careful, friends, that you're not just hinging in the spine. So it's not a back bend, it's a leaning back till you feel thigh stretch. And then come up. As you come up, bring the elbows back. Breathe in, lean back. Breathe out, come up tall. Squeeze your blades together. Breathe in, lean back, send the arms forward. Breathe out, pull the elbows back. Forward. Now we're going to change the breathing, adding our offering. So inhale to prepare. Exhale to lean back, sending the arms forward. Hold. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, press them forward. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, press forward. Inhale, bend. Here we go. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, press forward. Inhale, bend. One last one. Lean back. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, press forward. You should shake by now. And come up. For those that's up for a challenge, you're going to stay there in that lean back position. Hold. Open wide. Stay. Pulse. Inhale. Pulsing the arms back. Exhale. Inhale. Long deep breaths. Exhale. Can you feel your quadriceps? Are you shaking in the abdominals? One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Come forward. Dive down into your shell stretch. So that was the third thigh stretch. Almost done. So you can see this morning's class, 3 focus points: upper back extension, shoulder range, hip flexor mobility or length, bum activation. You can lie down on your tummy, have space so that your arms can be stretched out in front. So there. And then first, before we do the swimming, I just want to show you the last thigh stretch for this morning. So I'm going to demonstrate on my right side, but I want you to pull the left leg up into a leopard crawl position. So the left leg will be pulled up. So there, my left leg's up. I'm resting my chest. Grab your right foot with your right hand. Squeeze your buttocks and breathe. That's the exercise. So you don't have to pull the heel towards the bum. You can actually push the foot that you're holding into your hand as if you want to straighten the knee. So can you see? I'm pushing my foot into my hand, and doing that action, my shoulder actually pulls back. Squeezing the buttock, breathing in and out through the nose. One more breath. And I find it's easier to count in terms of breaths because it reminds you that you should breathe and not breath hold. Let's change sides. Pull your right leg up, left hand holds left foot. I'm resting my head, squeezing my buttock, pushing my foot into my hand, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath. In and out. Straighten the legs. Stretch your arms out in front. The next exercise is a wonderful combination to test our upper back extension, our glute activation, and our hip flexor length. So this swimming, you can have your forehead on the mat. The legs are slightly apart and the arms are stretching forward. And then we start lifting, right arm followed by the head, together with our left leg. So opposite arm and leg lift. And remember that it's not important how high you lift, friends, but that you elongate, stretch, forward and back. Then we lower. Left hand, right leg followed by the head. Breathe in and lower, breathe out. Right hand, left leg, breathe in and lower, breathe out. Left hand, right leg, in and lower. Right hand, left leg, hold it. Add the other hand on the leg. So we're balancing on our pubic area. Now we swim. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale, 3 more breaths. Straight arms, straight legs, exhale. 2 more breaths, swim. And out, my head is not moving, I'm staring down on my mat. Last breath, in. and out. Take a pause. Hold it. Hold it. Lower all of it. Press. Just turn onto your back. Always say press back. So that is an exercise that's really tiring. Combining, it's a brilliant exercise to combat that chair posture, to get the chair out of the body. So let's, for one exercise, just lie on our back, spreading your arms wide, feet are wide, doing some spinal rotations. Inhale, roll your legs to one side. As you roll them, squeeze your bum again, and then you bounce the top knee. And while you bounce, you just breathe in and out. One more breath in and out. Hold it, breathe in. Come back, breathe out. Let's do it to the other side. Inhale. You're doing amazing with time. Exhale. So this is just a really, really quick snack on some very valuable home exercises that you can do easily. The sequence of the exercises it's really not important. But I think what you can feel is that these are the areas that we struggle with. Extending the upper back, lifting the arms, extending the hips, tightening the buttocks. So those are the problem areas when you love the sport of cycling. Come back to center, hug your knees to your chest. Or when you know that for the biggest part of your day you are in a seated posture, you can just roll from side to side. And one other thing I just want to mention, friends, is it's better to increase your frequency doing a little bit daily than doing a lot once a week. So if you can implement some of these exercises, even if you choose 2 or 3 of them, and you do them every morning, or you do them at least once a day, you will really reap the fruit and see over time how the hip flexors and the bum become more balanced, how the shoulder range and the upper back also become more balanced. So I hope this was useful. Have a wonderful week, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you somewhere around. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.